I'm here today to introduce a brand new product from Sonnox. Oxford Drumgate uses an intelligent, adaptive process to deliver punchy musical drums, regardless of what's thrown at it. So let's dive into this snare drum track that I've got loaded up. I'll start by lowering the threshold. So with this particular track, you can hear that the kicks and hi-hats occupy a similar frequency range to the snare, and even frequency-dependent gates would struggle, if not find it impossible, to deal with that. So with Oxford Drumgate, all I have to do is move over to the match transient section of the plugin and decide which hits I want to keep. Well, we can hear now that the snares and ghost notes are already sounding pretty natural. So let's go into the decay window to see how we got to this point. So my ultimate goal for this snare track is to have as much resonance in the body of the snare and still get rid of all the top end spill. So I'll start with the traditional gate setting, which is obviously way too short. If I increase this decay, we start to bring in far too much of the high end. So what I'm going to do is going to pull the decay time back, and then I'm going to increase the resonant decay slider, which you can hear is now much more natural and is allowing the body of the snare to come through. This is sounding really good now, but I'm still hearing the ghost notes have got a little bit too much decay. So what I'm going to do is use the shortened decay slider to allow Drumgate to adapt the length of the decay based on the strength of the hits. So I'm really happy with what I've got so far, but I am concerned that the ghost notes aren't going to be audible in a full mix. So I think I should pop over to the leveler section and see what I can do about that. When I first open up the leveler tab, it's obvious that the loud hits are being represented in white and the softer hits, which are the ghost notes, are being represented in a grey. Now if I turn up this leveling slider, you'll hear the main hits start to attain a consistent level, which we can set by this loud target slider. As you can hear, there's a few ghost notes in there that are being processed towards the loud target. And the way to fix this is to go over to the split slider and increase it. And now we're making sure that all the ghost notes fall below the level and are only processed by the soft target, which means we have independent control over the ghost notes. So if I turn up that slider, we can hear the ghost notes more clearly, and we can either reduce them in level or increase them independent of the loud target. Well, Drumgates work perfectly on this piece, but it really excels when there's trickier situations to deal with. So let's have a look at another piece. Now in this case, we've got a snare track which unfortunately has a tom bleeding through onto it. Now I could fix this using the match transients threshold, but that may affect detection further down the track. So I'm going to use a function called remove matched. To teach Drumgate which hits I want to remove, I click remove matched and play over the section. As you can see, both hits have turned red, which means they're now going to be gated. And by the same token, if there are hits that haven't been matched, we can use the learn unmatched function to teach it hits that we want incorporated, and they turn green. So having gone through a couple of different scenarios, let's go back to the original piece and hear how Drumgate has helped us improve the punch, the tightness and the clarity while retaining the natural sound of the drums.